right, so in case you guys didn't know, the guy sitting here to my right is without a doubt the biggest wrestling fan in the UFC. And if you don't believe me, go and YouTube it. So with that, we're going to use that opportunity to break down the top 5 heels in the UFC. But before we start, because I had to ask you, heels to me mean shoes. What exactly does a heel mean?
All right, a heel in the wrestling community or in MMA, it's a bad guy. A person that prefers to be booed as they come through the curtains. He's not trying to get cheers. He doesn't matter what you feel. This guy will cheat. He will scrape. He will do dirty things in order to get his hand raised. And these are the guys that we say put off that idea. These guys don't cheat. These guys are just booed, and there's something about them that make fans kind of go, well, I don't know about this guy.
Okay, with that being said, Urijah, you are up first with the top 5 heels in the UFC. What do you got?
Okay, number 5, we're going to go with a unsung heel hero, Brian Caraway. He's the sidekick. People have called him Brian Tate versus Brian Caraway, his actual name, because he's the boyfriend of Miesha Tate. He's actually a nice guy, but for whatever reason, he rubs everybody the wrong way, and he's gone up against the darling of the mixed martial arts world, Ronda Rousey, and actually said he's going to, I think he said knock her out, which is kind of strange. On top of that, he's done some fish hooking. He's been on The Ultimate Fighter and had an okay appearance there, but people don't like him very much. Number 4, we're going to go with Josh Koscheck. This is the guy that whatever he's trying to do, no matter how he wanted to portray himself, he just could not get a fan. He even started his own clothing company at one time, and people were just booing him when he announced the release of his new clothing company. You got to feel bad for the guy, but I think he stopped feeling bad for himself and just embraced it, and that's what we saw with Josh Koscheck his entire career. Number 3 is an accidental heel. Somebody that tried really hard to not be a heel and just kept on showing some colors that people did not like, and being a pound-for-pound best, and being a world champion, and being a guy that has a father who's a respected preacher.
Yeah.
Why can't he get the fans to love him when he comes in the door? I don't know. We've got number 2, the man who's giant in personality, but also in person, and that is Brock Lesnar. He talks about, pulling horseshoes out of people's butts and hopping on his wife and doing all sorts of weird stuff, and kind of scares and intimidates people, and on top of just looking the part. So Brock Lesnar is a definite heel with a lot of fans. And number 1, same as the self-promoting top list, Chael Sonnen, the man who single-handedly turned himself into a heel and an enemy of an entire race and country. We're talking about somebody that went from 0 to the most hated man, and then also was able to turn that around a little bit and use it in his favor. So he's definitely the top heel.
That's a good list. I saw you make a couple faces.
That's a great list. I mean, Brock Lesnar's just scary. Of course he's a heel. He's great.
What do you think about Caraway, though? Was that far?
That is 100% true. Poor Caraway. Poor Caraway.
Yeah. To the bone, he's a pretty nice guy.
He's a nice guy. People just don't want to like him. It's because of his girlfriend. It's just, he looks like he just would make you mad. I guess he's just that guy.
All right, are you conceding already before we even hear your list?
Not even close.
No, I missed a couple.
Right.
Not even close.
All right.
I already got
Put up the graphics. Start number 5, the Count, Michael Bisping. He will trash talk you. He will tell you how terrible you look. When him and Luke Rocco were going to fight, he made fun of Luke because Luke wore a nice dress shirt instead of a suit. When Mike told him how good his suit looked on him, you remember what he did to Costa Philippou after he beat the guy? He's at his corner spitting at him.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping is definitely a heel in the UFC. At number 4, Chael Sonnen, the bad guy. He calls himself the bad guy, but people wanted to cheer him, people wanted to boo him. But again, look at this. Starts a fight with Wanderlei Silva. And hey, it's a fight, Chael. Why take him down? This is a street fight. That's a cheating move, Chael. Just stand and fight the guy. Bad guy, Chael Sonnen. He was very good at it. Made himself relevant. Unbelievable job promoting himself, Chael Sonnen. At number 3, Vitor Belfort. He's a bad guy. Everything that he does, it's like it just follows him.
I love Vitor.
He had that weird haircut at a time. He's got muscles like Blanca from Street Fighter. It's like, come on, Vitor. You come on, Vitor, at number 2. Again, this guy right here, he's accidentally, he tries so hard for people to like him, but the guy cancels an entire event. Who else has done that? He canceled UFC 151 because he wouldn't fight Chael on short notice. We fought at a press conference. Guy punched me after the whistle. Fight was over here. Look at this. The guy just takes a cheap shot at me, and then he does so many other things outside of the octagon. I mean, great fighter. This guy's definitely a bad guy. He's a bad guy. And at number 1, we are supposed to win graciously. Ronda Rousey. She's a bad guy. She broke Misha's arm and got up and threw it in her face. She beat Misha here. Misha's conceding like, yeah, good job, Ronda. Ronda just flips her off. Betch Koheta, she beats Betch up. Betch falls face first on the ground. Ronda tells her, don't you cry now, after talking all that trash. Listen, the one way to become a bad guy is to not win graciously. But every time she wins, she just throws it in the person's face. Ronda's a bad guy, but it works. People want to boo Ronda. They booed her ridiculously when she did that to Misha. But then they also want to love her. So but she doesn't toe the line. She does not care if you don't like her. Ronda's a bad guy. She's a heel.
And I think she really, truly has to hate her opponent and not like them. And so I get it. I get the whole.
And she can't turn it off?
A little bit. She can't turn it off. She's like, oh, the fight's over.
Awesome.
I just beat you, but doesn't mean we're going to go have, Shirley Temples after the fight. All right. Shirley Temples, you like that? Mm-hmm. All right. We got a lot of great submissions from fans. We let you guys weigh in on our top 5, and we went ahead and picked Frank's list. So why don't we check it out right here, guys? This is Frank's top 5 heel list.
Look at my man Chael there, doing the takedown when it's a street fight. That's supposed to be I mean, come on, Chael. Brock Lesnar. I can't believe I missed Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar looks like something out of a movie.
I can't believe I missed Bisping.
You're pretty good at this, Faber.
But Vitor, I love Vitor.
But you like bad guys. You said it off camera.
You know what? I like Vitor because he was one of my favorite fighters when he was 19 years old, and he's done an amazing job.
We're going to take a break. Coming up next is our social media segment, Rapid Fire. You guys send in your questions to us at UFC_now. Let's see if we selected your questions. Stick around. Don't go anywhere.